Alright, hello and welcome back to Stationeers. 177 days. Not great last 5-10 days with AIME tests. Oh, that was a nightmare. And I managed to lose all the code I had. That's rough. So what we'll be doing is I was doing some tests. Let me start printing. So I was doing some tests, and oh, never mind. I have a ship there. Do I have a house? I do have a house. Okay, perfect. So I was doing some testing, and I just can't use anything on the AIME bot here to send data to the ship itself, right? So the target, like, is just writable. You can't read from it, otherwise I would be able to use it. There's no settings and nothing really that you can use that's read and write. The only reasonable way would be to like post something on the mode, like you have the mode change from like 0 to 1 or 0 to 3, like in a specific pattern, and then you detect this with the chip and then do something, but that would be a nightmare to do. So instead, I'm just gonna go with the normal approach of having a chip dedicated to control this thing here. And I'm going to just write the code back. Not great, but still a solution. Do I need this? I'm gonna put this just to see if the ship is not flashing error and this kind of crap. And to avoid any pings, I'm gonna use everything as a batch name. The syntax is a little annoying, but that works. Okay, so we got here this has nothing really. Okay, so we're just gonna clear this. So annoying that you have to have an empty ship here, really. Okay, so the other chip. Why did I put this suit? I put the suit because I was going outside, but then I'm not going outside. Okay, so what I will have is the transmitter hash as usual, define transmitter hash. This should be go fairly smooth now because I already did everything on the last one, so I kind of still remember. Fine. So a receiver. Fine. I don't remember the name of this receiver, like base storm receiver, or what is it? AIME storm receiver, or something like that. I just need to check the name there. And that should be all really right. So I need define base X. If I remember correct, it was like 65. And then define inference X was like minus 51, something around this. I think I can just change this later. And that should be alright. So start, jump to start, the yield. So I would always start with jump to set, how did I call it? So set go to entrance, right? Yes, I do remember this. So set go to entrance. So this would save batch name into the transmitter hash for the AIME receiver. Calling receiver because it's set to passive, right? So transmitter active, you're transmitting, passive, you are receiving. That's how I see it. Target X B entrance X. Target Z. I think Z was fine. Base Z was just 9, right? So set those two coordinates and then just say mode 2, right, which is pathfinding. Yeah, because not pathfinding, they move to target, because the path to target seems to just get stuck, it doesn't move. Okay. So just go there, it's always going to start going to here. Then from the entrance, then I had the modes, right? Yes, I do remember. So define, I don't need to start with AIME now because this will only control AIME. So weight in base was 0, define going to base was 1, define going to entrance, fine, going to mine, 3, fine, mining, 4. I think that's all I needed. I think. Well, we'll see. So we start with the pre-checks, which was checking power, checking storms, right? So pre-checks. Okay, thank you. So power was a slot thing, right? So just load batch name slot into 0. R0 going to be the mode, right? So yeah, let me use something else. So I can just alias mode into 15, and then load mode from db setting. Yes. Now I can use R0 without, because I usually use R0 for mode, but then you're going to really, yeah, that might cause issues. And it's, you can go all the way to 15, right? So 16 and then 17, like one is deck pointer and the other one is something else that I don't remember. I think it's RA. Okay, what else? So load batch name slot, right? Into 0 from the device hash with this name. The slot 0 power, right? Yes. Charge ratio. Doesn't matter which mode, it's just one. Then I will just check if it's below a value, right? So save if it's less than 0.3, right? There is 0. Then I have the other one, which is for the storm, right? So for the storm, I just check on the chip for the storm, right? So we just load batch name into R1 from the transmitter hash on the storm receiver, right? The setting, and then this is greater than 0, right? Saves greater than 0 to R1. Now, if any of this is true, just send back home, right? So then, or R0, R1. And then branch equal to 0 means nothing is there. Just go back to our A, otherwise we call set going to entrance, right? So jump here. Now I'm not setting the mode here, right? So I do need to set the mode, right? So the mode is going to entrance, which is this one here. Save to db mode, not mode, settings. This. Very important to set the freaking mode. Okay. There was the pre-check, right? So power, and then load batch name, power or storm. If it's 0 at the end of the day, just go back. If it's not, then jump to here. Then this part here is just setting everything, and then just go back there. Perfect. So let's make the going to the entrance, right? So when I'm going to the entrance here, so branch AL branch equals AL, yes. Mode to going to entrance. So if it's going to entrance, jump into, I just need to wait for the mode to be 0, right? Yes. Wait. Get to entrance. So load into 0 from load batch name. Yes, load batch name, please. So load batch name into R0 from transmitter hash. For the AIME receiver, I will be reading the mode. Then it will be save is greater than 0. Branch is greater than 0. R0, just go back to our A. If it's not, mean we are right there. Then we set the mode to go into base. We also need to update base location. And set the mode to 2 again. Alright, so entrance base X, base Z. Z doesn't change, so mode 2, then going to base. So now that I have going to base, mode is so wait get to base. Oh, it's on the base, just waiting, right? Yes. So it'll be pretty much the same code here, right? So I just check if the transmitter is the mode is not 0, right? So when the mode is 0, then I just change the mode, well, because she will be idling and then it's gonna keep idling, right? So now it's just waiting at base. At base. And then jump to our A. Perfect. So they're waiting at base now. So let's make this one. So motive is base. So base checks before leave. So in the base, you're gonna check for the power, right? So what is the power reading here? Power reading is this. Check for the power, but then the condition is different. It's so annoying that you can't do a multi-line cop. So I also check for storm, which is the same check. Blah 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 blah. I'm lost here. And I'm checking if it's finished unload. Oh yeah. When it's going to the base here, going to the entrance. So here I want to set it to unload. Yeah. So it is 5, 4. Unloads 4. Okay. And then lastly, I want to check if it's the mode is 0 again, right? So it's finished unloading. So to R0 we have the power and saves is greater than R0 98, right? So almost full. Don't know if I do 99. I think line 98 is good enough. So we don't have the issue where we put at 1, but then we never exactly reach 1 because it's using and it's recharging and then it will be flickering, so it's annoying. So then there's this condition for leaving, right? Yes, so everything needs to be 1 for you to be able to leave, right? So it should be above, like it needs to be full. The storm needs to be 0, so save is equal to 0. And that's the wrong receiver. The mode it should be 0, save equals to 0. R2 in this case, right? So R2. And then we just end everything, right? So and R0, R1, and R0, R2, and then branch equal to 0. If it's still 0, right? So R0 just go back to waiting. If it's not, then we go. Then we just jump to set mining site. Set going to mine. Right, so there is no jumper A in this case here. Right, so then we just have this thing here. So set going to mine will be setting the location of the entrance, right? So I don't need to set the location of the entrance, do I? No, it's a straight line. So I'm missing the last mining. Yes, right. So find base, wait at base. Alias last mining mining X R14. Then I'm gonna start this with move into last mining X. I think was 80. Alright. So start here. So going to mine means I need to set transmitter hash AIME base onto the X, not base X, so that will be last mining X. Then change the mode to, so it will start moving. Then I need to change the mode on the chip to waiting to get there, which I had some issues, so I need to fix that. Right, so we have here going to mine. Put the X location, put the mode, say go mine. It will go mine. Then I do a jump to our A, yeah, just go back. There was this set next mining site. I need to call it at some point, which will just jump into set going to mine, but it needs to sub into this from this 15, right? Yes, and then you go there. Set next mining site, yes. So I'm going to mine, right? So I don't have this condition here. Going to mine. Wait to mining site. Now this one was annoying. Wait until mining site. Right, so this was I can load the mode, right? So load the mode, but I also need to check other situations. So save URL 0 0 1 0 1, right? So it's not missing 0 0 1 1 2 2. Yes, okay. So if I'm there, this will be 0. I can do an OR here. Yes. Now, I should also be close, right? How do I check if I'm close enough? So I have the target, which is 80, and then I can have like 1.5 in error tolerance, I would say. So so I need to load the position X into R1, right? So and then I just do X minus, let's see, sub can't join sub with ABS, no. So sub into R1. Does I want to replace R1? Let's see. R1 minus 1.5. So that wouldn't work, right? So I want just the distance between those 2 points, right? So 80 and 80.3. So I will do the biggest minus the lowest. So I do need a difference between the results, right? Wait. No. Just subtract from the position I want. Yeah, I'm calculate the position I want. That's not what I want to do, right? So I just need to do, so this is the current position. So I can do an R2 just for the current position minus the target position, which is this. And then do ABS from R2, and then you just save less than to R2 1.5. That's what I want to do, right? Less than R2, yeah. So we're going to get the current location minus this location, right? So let's see, this is negative 82, let's say, minus 81. So this is negative and this is negative. Is getting to positive, or that's not going to work the way I think it would, right? Crap. So let's just think in positive numbers, right? So if I have 80 minus 82, that will give me minus 2. If I have 82 minus 80, that will just get me 2. I'm doing the ABS, so it's always positive number, yes. Does this math still applies if I'm going negative, right? So I'm minus 80 minus
Hunger caution.
82. This will then add, right? So that will become 2, and then minus 82 minus 80. This will again just add, and it become 2 again. Yeah, so okay, it should work. I hope. Well, let's see. So if less than, it means we are already close enough, and I don't need to wait for the mode. So R0 and R2, right? So or R0, R2. If either of them, it's 1, means wait, it's good enough. Branch equal to 0 means we're not there yet. R0 to RA, otherwise we then say gonna change the mode to mining, which then is 5, 3. And that's where I had an issue again, because the mining is just go mining, it mine once and stop. Need to repeat the mining until it's get full. Yes, I remember that. So I need a mining, which is 4. Save to the B, setting, mining. And then jump to A. So now I'm on the mining mode. Waiting for mining. Waiting for mining. Yeah, that's a weird name, but it's gonna be like this. Do I have a waiting for a miner until mining site? Now actually waiting for the mining action. So branch equals AL mode mining waiting this. Perfect. So in this case, so first I did check the mode if the mode was 0, but then I realized the mode keep changing to 0 always, right? So I'm already doing the pre-checks. So power and storm will be done automatically. So I need to keep checking if the mode is not 6, right? So it changed to 6 when it's full. So load the mode. Then branch is equal R0 to 6. Go to set going to entrance exactly, right? So if the mode is 6, storage is full, then it's going to entrance. So if the mode is not 6, then I check if the mode is 0. Branch equal to 0. R0. So if the mode is 0, then I need to set the mining again. So actually I want to check branch if it's equal to 3, like I didn't finish going for mining yet. Yeah, no, there was more things to do, right? So
hydration critical.
Let me drink a water, and because this part I didn't have fully, right? So I need to actually write this. Most of those I was just writing from memory. So we have the situation 1 where I would set the mode to 3 and it's going to mine, right? So when it's read here, it might still be on 3. Okay, so let's handle this first. Branch equal R0 3, then you just go back to RA. Just keep waiting. If it's 0, we are done mining. We need to check if there is more mines in range. Okay, so if it's 6, go to entrance. Now the mode is not 3 and not 6, so it means I'm just waiting. So now I do the checks, right? So load from a receiver mode is not mode 1, it's mine in Q, and then was a S here. Yes. And then we just say if it's greater than 0 R0 R0, right? So do we have anything around to mine? Answer is yes, we do. Great. Then just continue mining, right? So which is just save into the thing, the mode here. Okay, so what's the other option if I'm not have? So I want to do this as last, right? So I don't need to skip lines. I don't like skipping lines. I want to do both code at the same time. So if I invert this, so branch is equal to 0, right? So R0, which means there is nothing more to mine. Then I go to the next mining site, which just updates and set go to mining, which then set go to mining. Where's my set go to mining? I'm blind. So pre-checks, go to entrance, waiting on entrance, waiting on base, going to mine, set going to mine is this one. Yeah, so just come here. Then set the mode and make it goes there and wait. Okay, so this does everything I need. Yes, that's what I wanted. So just go for set next mining. Yeah, perfect. Now I'm in a situation where there's nothing else it can be. Right, so the only option here is just continue mining, which is just save batch name transmitter AIME mode. Yes, that's it. Wait until mining site. Yes, that's it. So set back the mode to 3 and well, just wait. She should finish the job. I think that's all, right? So I need a proper name for this, but it should work. So if I put you here and do this, shouldn't flash error anywhere. State is 1. Which should be, right? It always starts you going to base. No, it should go into entrance. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to entrance, so I go into the wrong. Yeah, going to entrance. Entrance. And mode is going to entrance. Where is 2? Why the heck is it 1? Maybe because there is nothing connect to it and that doesn't know how to read, probably. Let's actually check if that's the case or not. I'm going to need this, right? Yes, I need another chip. Okay, let's see if it works this time. It should work. Don't go to the roof for no reason, please. Okay. I need to check the name of this guy here, right? So this guy, AIME receiver. This guy's called AIME base storm receiver. Not quite the name I was remembering, but let's use it. So I need to change this, right? Now, am I still reading the positions and putting on the LEDs? Yes, I am. I don't have, and I do have. Okay, perfect. So in that case, this should keep this updated. 55.4. Yeah, it is updating. Maybe I should put one to monitor the power. Remember, I have those, right? Where the heck are you going? So it should continue my yes. That was the problem before. Okay, perfect. Now it's actually doing jobs, so it should change to 0 and then back to 3. Yes. So while you're doing this, I do have the right code here, so I'm going to update the display for... There's no storm, right? Yes. So do want to update the display for power. I don't know where I'm gonna place it, but figure it somewhere. So displays console, right? It's so annoying that the display is on their console. So I don't need a chip, right? So I just need to write the code here. So load from device mode Is not load from device. Needs to be load batch name. Yeah, that's why I didn't do that before. Well, I guess I do it. Load batch name slot integer 0 from the transmitter hash. On the AIME hash, which is just AIME receiver. Is this case sensitive? I have no idea. I need to test this later. Slot. That's not right. Load batch name slot. Choice 0 from the device hatch. The name being slot index. Slot type, yeah, this highlight syntax is not showing the correct thing. Load batch name slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's missing one. More bugs. But what else? So it's slot, and then logical type is charge ratio, and then sum. And then save batch name into the AIME power, and then I copy the power here, the settings. Now I never saw you unloading once, so I'm pretty sure it's not working properly. So did it get stuck? Yep, it did get stuck already. That's why I need to get rid of all this hose. How am I gonna fit the power here? Yeah. Nine. If I lower all three, nothing will change. That's annoying. Crap. I might have to change this wall as well. I don't think I can change this one because I have the... Yeah, I have the door thing here. Yes. Unless I leave it upside down. I hate it upside down. So it's set, which means it's full or it's low power. I'm just gonna plop the power here for now, so I can see what the heck's happening. Yeah, it's not unloading, so I was worried that would be happening. But it's also moved without... Okay, so got something wrong here. Yeah, I think the fact that it's going to the base instead of the entrance. And now it's going to the entrance. I think I made something backwards. Probably the positions are backwards. Yes. Yeah, I think that's 65, that's 51. Let's hook up the power here. Stop dropping the tools. And this was AIME power. Yes, so half. It is charging, okay, because it's close enough. So let's see, did I mess up here? Nice how you have to change the mode twice on the tablet because it's already there, but it doesn't know it's there, so you have to change it twice. Yeah, so this is 51, base is 51. Yep, I did invert this. Why is it 6.5 now that I'm here? Should be, yeah, she's standing right here. Yeah, 6.5. So it should change to 4, right? Which is unloading. Yeah, there you go. That's a slow operation. So you are 10, you are 50. Okay, so she does stack. 150. I was worried that she would be a mess. Now it's waiting on the power, right? Yes. Okay, I think finally I nailed the thing. The only exception will be the storm. Well, we lost the last storm. I don't think you're gonna have a new storm pretty soon. Gonna have to keep an eye on this. Expected behavior is as soon as I get the storm warning, just go back home. Problem is, she gets stuck. Like in this kind of crap. Should I get a... I might be able to do a warning. Just checking if her position is not changing. Yeah, that would be a possibility. You can do this during this. The remaining of this episode, just so we actually close this. So there's a lot of holes. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to mine on a specific direction, because it would make a lot of problems. That's a lot of dirt. Yep. I mean, I'm moving forward, right? So it should be here.
Waste tank critical. Temperature high.
path she's doing is this, right? She's going to eventually hit this big mountain and this crap here. Okay. So how I'm gonna handle the... There's a rounding thing, right? So you don't have to deal with... Are you stuck? Really? It's not even a hole. Oh, that was annoying. Save. She's gonna get stuck anyway. Yeah, so how am I gonna do this? So on this one that's doing the monitor, I can have another transmitter that send a warning. Yes. So let me load this code. Now, what the heck? That's annoying. It's really annoying. How the heck am I gonna level this? I should be doing this. It should feel from there, but doesn't, which is quite annoying. Yeah, we are competing. Let's see who mines more. Okay, I think this is not enough of a hard edge. I hope. Yeah, the battery is somehow decent.
Power low.
So, what I think I can do, like I read the X and the Z. And I keep like the... I don't know. I read the last three with a yield. And if the values don't change, means she's stuck. Seems pretty easy. Seems, right? So we're gonna need another transmitter and a receiver in the base. So transmitter, 2 of those. So we'll have another one on the roof here. And the power line goes there, yes. Wait, it allows this, but doesn't allow this. Why have to be so annoying, game? Okay, so I'm going to work with this. This is set to passive, right? I can't see the freaking... Yes, set to passive, so this should be passive as well. I don't have the... how I call it? I don't have the... thing on the other side, so I need to set this as a receiver, right? So I need that. Crap, I paint out the cables. I didn't want to paint out the cables, but well, I guess I just go with what I have. Oh, I was sure there was a cable here. I guess there is no cable here. Okay, so you're going to be blinking because you don't have a connection. That's fine. Set up the connection in a second. So jump AL and stuck check. Jump. So I will read, load, just like I'm doing here, right? Yes. I could do everything there, right? Yeah. So let's call this AIME update and do all this part there, right? So got this part. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Then this part. Sorry. That is quite annoying. Almost there. More. One more. And done. Because now I can have the position on R0, the Z on R1. In the mode on R2, just for... and then the ratio on R3. I don't need it, but if I need it, it's there. Right, so now I do the checks. So I want to have the last 3 values, so I need to count which value am I storing, or do I just crap. Yeah, that would not work the way I was expecting. No. So let's do 3 separate checks. Yes. So I have 14. I can have this as a 15 and this as a 14. Right, so now alias. So aim, check, aim, last x. 1 will be R13. Oh, that will be a lot of memory. X2, 12. 11. And then ten, 9, 8. And then I will, yes, aim, check, counter, go 1, 2, 3. So I do all this instead of jump AR, so I just continue here to. So load, no, not load, branch equal aim, check, counter, which is 0, aim, check, 0, which, yeah, doesn't matter, right? So 1, so I'm check 1, I'm check 2, and I'm check 3, right? It start with 0, 1, and 2. And I don't put AL because I want to go back there. Yes, perfect. And I should never. And then when it's 3 is the actual code, right? So when it is hit here, it's the actual check, right? So check if it is stuck, and then jump right. Yeah, okay, perfect. So and check 1, jump RA. So I'm just going to get the position X. So move into aim. How did I call this thing? Aim last X. The heck did I call this thing? Last. Aim last X. Really? Can I type? Oh, I need a number. Yes, yes. And I said 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the X is R0. And the Z is R1. So now it's just check 2. White, which is still R0, but then here is 2. Pretty sure you can do this with just a stack, but I don't want to go over the mental load for doing this in a stack. I'm not changing the counter. Okay. So I need to move whatever I'm doing the counter, right? The next one. So the 0, so they'll go to 1. this is go to 2, yeah, because the number here is not the same, right? 0 is go to 1, so 1 is 1 here. 2 is 2, and then 3, which will make it go down here, where I just put back to 0. Perfect. And the actual check will be if the difference between those 3, now that will be annoying to calculate, is below a number or greater. Yeah, greater, right? So let's say sub aim last x1 into R0, right? Yes. Aim last x2. And then I do ABS of R0, R0. And then I save is greater than R0, R0, 2 squares. If it's greater than 2 square, it's let's keep it 1. So this will be the first check. Do I have enough lines for this? I think I have. I hope, because that will be 3 for each one. Oh, that's annoying. And then I will need to do the same, right? So R1 for less from 2 to 3. And then we do ABS of R1. And then we do this. Then I just do an OR for 0, R0, R1. So this is the X. Is any of the X greater? That's not what I want. It's going to always be greater. I want to see if it's smaller than 1. And not in any, in all of them. So let's not do this. Let's do different. Let's just check how's the rounding function. Round, register round, nearest integer, yes. Do I want to round? So what am I checking? Is this number less than 1? And is this number also less than 1? If both are less than 1, difference between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 are both less than 1, I'm considering this as a stuck on X, but she can be moving in a straight line. Now I will do the same to R2 from Z. And then I do it again from 2 to 3. And then I do the OR. I should just type the OR. or R2, R2 or 3. I'm doing the or, I'm doing the and. I need an and. Yes. And and. So there is no difference in between those three positions that is greater than 1. So I consider this as a stuck. And this will have all of them a yield between, right? So that's the first check that goes here, there's a yield. There's a second check, there's a yield. So it's 1.5 seconds of yield, and then the actual check happens on the fourth yield, which is like 2 seconds later. So it's 2 seconds stuck in the same place. Is that enough? How long does it take to do the mining operation? I think it is too small of a yield, which means I can just do like this, put this to, yeah, crap. Zero, 2, 4. Then I move the counter. So instead of move the counter, I just add into this from this one. So this was 0, now it's 1, right? So then the branch is greater than then 1 go to array. So this is going to come here as 0. Yes, it adds 1. Now it's 1. It check if it's greater than 1, which is not. So it will do this. Next time, it will come here as a 1. Will become 2. 2 is greater than 1. Just skip it. Perfect. Not really super, but whatever. So same here, right? So these will come here as a 2. 0 comes to 1. 1 comes to 2. Go out. So it's gonna enter here as a 2. Going to become a 3. This can definitely not be here. Just be here. Yes. So this is greater than 1, so 0 and 1. So this will be greater than 2, right? That would be 2 and then 3. I can't be moving. That doesn't seem right. This can't be just 3, right? So 0, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, right? So 0 goes, 1 skip, 2 goes, 3 skip, 4 goes, 5 skip, and then finally on 6 it will enter here. We'll do all this and then set to 0, or set to -1, because I have the add here. Yes, that's a little more complicated than I was expecting. Oh yeah, now passed way more time than I was expecting as well. In my head I was like under an hour with the AIME code, and then I thought, okay, I can just do this in the last 10 minutes or so, but that's That was not the last 10 minutes. I'm hearing the ore falling there, so it's working.
Waste time critical.
Which is good. Don't have enough cables. I might have, but they're very little. Right, so cable, just give me some more cables, please. I can also make you red again. Just so it works. Oh, and not actually. Just remember that I removed the storm control, so there will be no warning. Yes, there are ores. So I need to go to the roof. And there isn't a nice place to put just like an L shape. So I'm gonna place it here. So this is a transmitter, right? So this needs to be active. Okay, so I'm gonna call this AIME stuck transmitter. Now there's code here. I hope I didn't mess anything. This is the correct ship, right? It's the ship that's handling the storm. Yes, that's it. No errors. So I'm not doing anything with stuck, right? So when I actually get here, I'm storing in R0 the result of R0 and R1, which is X. And then in R2 and R3, which is R2. So, and R into R0, R0 and R2, y, which is this and this and yes. Branch was greater than 0. Don't need to branch, I'm here already, right? Yes. Let's save batch name to the transmitter. I don't have the transmitter hash. I should have it here, right? Yes. No, that's not the transmitter. This is the transmitter. So saving to this hash under the name that I need to get there. AIME stuck transmitter, if I remember correctly. Settings R0. Once you get stuck, this will become 1. That's it. I have no way of checking. So I guess I can make her stuck. Purpose. Nope, dropped it through. She's there. There is no storm. Oops. What a problem. This is one. Perfect. That should throw an alarm there, somewhere in the base. And then I come to rescue. And now this should be moving back to... Yeah, she does stay a lot of time on the same place. I'm worried about false positives. Yeah, so right here, the red trigger. Yeah, that will definitely trigger. Well, that's something. I need to check if she's actually working, right? So when she's stuck in a mode. I can use these as a pre-check. Okay, so she might get stuck. Now keep tracking the mode. And if the mode doesn't change, then she's stuck. Something like that. But then I might read the 3, and then she changed to 0, changed to 3, then I read the 3 again, right? So from the reading perspective, it's always 3, but in reality, it's changing. A true way to do this would be to check the inventory if it's going up, if mode is 3, and then if mode is 2, if I just check if mode is 2 out, that will be insanely annoying. I guess I do the checks only if the power is less than 30%, which means she should come going back to the base. Or if there's a storm incoming. Yeah, the two conditions where I should be sending it back. Or if the inventory is full, then I should send it back. Then it will be a lot of edge cases that we will not catch. That's so annoying. I'm gonna have to improve that, but I'm gonna improve this later. For now, I'm going to take this as a win. There's a lot of ores there that I don't need to manually do. Go mining, right? So now I can just focus on this thing here. I'm probably gonna have to dismantle the wall because I'm pretty sure that Larry doesn't like this stuff here. We can actually check, right? Yeah, it does not like at all. I think I'm doing a proper greenhouse with a bunch of spaces. Yeah, now that I have the AIME mining that, I think I might go this direction. So that will be a big cut until I build the house. Just like I have the AIME house, I would have like a greenhouse house. Greenhouse house is weird. A greenhouse. And then I come back when I'm finishing it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that will be it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.